Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Maneater. This is episode 9, where we are looking particularly mean with our shadow fins and our bone body that for some reason gives us pink eyes. But Scaly Pete is roaming around this area, so I guess we're going to fight him in this episode, because we don't really have any other missions or anything to do. I think we've kind of collected all we can collect for the moment, except maybe these two. Oh, there's also a landmark right in the middle of that island that I forgot was there. We got one little revenge mission here. Consume 15 humans. That can wait. Let's go see what Pete wants. I don't know if this is going to be us actually killing him. I don't think it is. I think this is going to be just our first battle. And maybe Kyle is going to die. Alright, there's the Cajun Queen. Which looks only slightly different from the other fishing boat. Scaly Pete's boat.
That's the one what took my hand, all right. Get yourself ready, boy.
So I'm gonna guess this is gonna be a little different than just the typical hunter. Alright, he's got a cage, so he's basically got a shield. Alright, so now we're just Jaws Unleashed all the way. We're throwing explosives at a boat.
This girl's a crafty monster.
But hey, at least it's more involved, because I've gotten kind of bored of just destroying boats. We gotta kill these hunters.
She's catching her wind. Need a diver or two.
At least he's smart enough to throw actual, like, timed explosives and not just barrels that don't explode on their own. Also, I find it kind of funny that, oh, hey look, he's got divers. I find it kind of funny that he's got a crew suddenly, when before it was only the two of them.
I see something. Y'all working my
It's a shame I can't get a close-up, but again, photo mode is disabled by any story cutscene.
She fussing enough to catch your attention, Annie? Shark fin.
Dad, this is nothing like what a shark is actually supposed to do. I don't understand.
I got a non-fee for some bull. Need reinforcements. Don't drag ass now.
Ah, yes, more reinforcements that are just going to be bait for me. In this tiny boat.
Get at him, guys.
Alright. So this is basically all the stuff that I'm surprised we didn't have earlier in terms of enemies. Also, when did I kill these guys? Oh, these must be the exploded diver, or exploded hunters. I thought he sent some divers after me. There. Like, these are elite hunting divers, but we've not seen any non-elite divers. Alright, we got our boat smashing ability. Now we are bone armored.
Come on. This is just a game here.
I don't know how long this lasts. Alright, seems to have worn off. Didn't really do much to his boat, but that's because we don't have like a tail ability. So we don't have a good boat attack.
Don't fight what's inevitable.
Is he talking to me or his fellow hunters?
Send somebody down there.
I wonder if we do some of the other infamy bosses, they'll also have divers, and, you know, that's why we could have seen them earlier. Wow, we recharged it already?
You stop that this right now, second.
Alright, that wasn't too bad, but That was a little more interesting than what we've been doing so far.
Scaly Pete remains resolute.
Where's she at?
I don't know.
Big enough to toss him now, ain't you?
Going for his daddy's harpoon.
Can! Get that can! Douse him! Pique-toi! Ah!
I'm curious why it became night, though.
We're about to blow! Get the f*** off! Forget it, boss! He's just a boat!
Well, at least we didn't kill Kyle.
Kyle! Kyle!
He died trying to save his daddy. Rip first unit.
What remains of the boat lurches, then slowly sinks to the bottom of the sea. The shark is now an elder, and thus begins a new battle against systemic age discrimination.
Alright, so we're max breach lunge and air lunge, but not max lung capacity, so I wonder if there's another tier after this. So now we're a horrible giant mutant, and have gotten real old. Funny how we went from baby shark to elder in the span of a single summer, because Kyle was only supposed to be there for the summer, so clearly not that long has passed. But Scaly Pete is going to come back as like Cyborg Pete at this point. Alright, so I don't think we got anything new out of that. Fat digestion, that we just got for fighting Pete. This evolution increases how many fats. Okay, that's just another grinding ability. We have one for each of them now, except mutagens. I don't know why you'd ever want the adrenal gland, because having an ability that only activates when you're about to die seems like a waste of a slot. Can I upgrade this? I barely can upgrade it. We're kind of low on resources since I used them all at the end of last episode to get this fancy bone body. Alright. Looking at what we got. Bone fins. Yeah, I don't think we can upgrade anything. Also, our ability seems to still be active. There we go. But we're looking pretty nasty. Like, look at the size of that dorsal fin. It kind of looked like we grew some extra fins. I don't know. I guess not. That tail fin right above the caudal looks a little out of place. I'm pretty sure that's not normal. Also looking real fat with the bone. Alright, so now what do we gotta do? Visit the Prosperity Sands Grotto, which is this little... another inland area. It seems like it's mostly land. Like, there's almost no water in this zone. It's kind of a straightaway. But, yeah. That was a good little boss fight. I enjoyed that. I just wish that they didn't make it disable photo mode. Which is, yeah, now disabled for the rest of the episode, as usual. Also, I realized in between episodes that our infamy progress does not actually go back down. So any progress we make towards leveling up to the next, you know, bounty hunter does stay. It's not just the level. Alright, how do we actually get there? Not from here, though. We can go through all the grates now, which means I should be able to get the collectibles that I couldn't before. According to the tooltip, there is also evolutions you get from collecting the nutrients, so I guess we'll have another set start unlocking from that. Since the license plate, or the landmarks, is the shadow set. Okay, there's a box there. I assume this might also be a shortcut. What's that sound? It sounded like there was something slapping against the wall, but I guess that was just me.
Not really a gourmand, the bull shark will eat just about anything.
So I still think that the mega shark is going to come up as an actual boss at some point. Also, I wonder if we're going to see any other whales aside from the orcas. Because we haven't really explored the Gulf yet. I've only explored the area we're in now, pretty much. And this area here. I guess Prosperity Sands does go a fair bit out into the water. It's not just this straight away, but still a lot of land.
Smart swimmers know that a shark invisibility cloak is a summertime fun essential.
Alright, we're going to want to do those missions and stuff here. I'm just wondering if it's worth trying to grab them before we head on. So there's a question mark around here. I believe it's another one of the really deep cave ones that I couldn't find. I just swam into a school of hostile swordfish. You can't keep up with me now. Look how fast I am. It is actually keeping up. Swordfish are also very fast.
Believe it or not, people paid over $12,000 to sleep in these tents and listen to Swedish DJs for an entire weekend.
Pretty sure that one is a reference to the Fire Festival. That god-awful disaster of organization. I find it really funny that someone once asked me if my, my internet name came from that at all, and I'm like, that was like a year or two ago. And I've been around for a lot longer than that.
Hunger is a driving force for the bull shark.
Alright, let's see if we get anything for this. No? Apparently not. Now that we're over here, we'll grab this landmark as well. Which is not this island, but the next one over. So I think we must be getting decently into the endgame now. I mean, let's see. What's our story progress at now? 65%, so we're pretty far through. We gotta get through Prosperity Sands, do all the typical stuff. Fight the Apex, do a revenge mission. We just look so chunky when we're on land now.
If only someone had done their 6th grade reading assignment, perhaps this tragedy could have been avoided.
Alright. And there's our Lord of the Flies reference. See how many references we can get in here in one area. But I like the idea of like a Lord of the Flies situation happening just off the coast of the city because no one bothers to come over here and check. I'm stuck on these fucking spear props. I'm not sure what that orange glow is. I don't know if that's from my amphibious or from my fins. Alright, so that's everything in Sapphire Bay except the revenge mission. I guess that's the reason we're at 96%. Which, you know what? I wasn't going to do that, but we'll do it. It'll only take a second. After all, we did start with a big Scaly Pete boss fight, so I think that counts as an interesting start to the episode. We can afford to do a little bit of tedium after that. So we got a matching shadow body to go with our shadow fins.
Shark hunter is the only thing keeping tourists from a nasty, horrible day. Outside of just avoiding the beach for a few hours.
Look, if I want to swim at night in shark-infested waters, that's my goddamn priority as an American citizen. You can't take away my freedoms. You can't tell me that going to the beach is likely to spread the current ongoing plague between me and other humans. That's against my civil liberties.
This is the only known habitat of the speckled seaside sparrow. But, you know, they went extinct in 2007.
Might as well get some infamy progress. I still don't know who that other voice is. I don't know if that's supposed to be Kyle, giving out the nature facts. I hadn't actually considered if we can throw the dynamite back at them, too. I think you can, but it's real small, so it's hard to tell. And it sinks pretty quick. Also, I guess the answer to how does dynamite work underwater is simply that the fuse produces its own oxidization with the materials that it's made out of. So it doesn't matter if it's underwater, it won't go out with a modern fuse. Of course, I'm sure on the actual episode I first asked that on, someone will have corrected me by the time I post it, but if not, there you go. As usual, when I'm wrong or unsure about something
Method for the protection of
that I say in a video, I will look it up afterwards for my own sake, at the very least. I'm gonna say this is probably one of the worst parts of the game, is just this grind to get these bosses to show up. Because you just have to kill so many boats. I mean, at the very least, we're getting plenty of protein from this. I wasn't actually planning to do the boss, but we're almost there, so might as well. Alright, where are you at, son of a bitch?
Sharks in their place, hunters ensure they'll stay in their lane, so we don't have a Planet of the Apes situation on our hands.
You know, when a plague starts killing humanity and then the sharks rise up. And it becomes the planet of the sharks. Ensign Tyler Dixon.
The Hoosier hotshot, Ensign Tyler Dixon.
So he's just a Navy creep who's off duty. I can't even tell which one's him. Oh, there we go, hunter divers. He got some of his buddies to come with him. Alright, I'm gonna need you to jump in the water where the shark is and hunt it down, while we provide cover and fire from above. I don't know if I like that plan. Oh, well, I found Dixon.
The situation has escalated, and the price on the shark's head has risen.
Alright, now we're halfway through the bounty hunters. You know, I might actually do the grinding for the next one off screen. You know, get the meter until it's almost full, and then leave it.
I didn't just come out here to burn gas.
And we finally got bioelectric fins.
That ain't it.
Alright, I think we're going the right way. Yep. So we'll cut through the Gulf and then head into Prosperity Sands. Which, you know, it sounds like it's just going to be another rich people neighborhood.
Humans have seen less than 5% of our oceans, which means there's still plenty of treasure out there for everybody. Lacking sufficient sand or protective dunes, Heavily developed areas risk great danger from hurricanes and tropical storms.
What is this gigantic, like, beach tiki building? Like, it looks too big to even be a tourist attraction. Unless there's, like, an arena on the beach. I like all these kites that people have just left here for some reason in the middle of the night. Alright. So, 10 landmarks, 12 nutrient caches, and 10 license plates. Not too much going on here.
Help me!
But before we can actually do any of that, we have to get to the grotto, which is up in the middle. I hadn't actually really considered it, but I guess we are going to be stuck doing these two inland areas as well. I was kind of hoping we'd be at the ocean already. But I think we're in kind of the, like, third act of the game tedium before we get to the important stuff. Still got hammerheads in here, though. I don't even want to bother with this hammerhead. It's not worth my time. Though it very much wants to be.
When it was discovered that their Stonehenge replica was astronomically misaligned, enraged Port Clovians threw it into the ocean.
There, that's what you get for chasing me. I like that they say they threw it in the ocean, but what? Did they throw it in the ocean while still standing upright? Alright, probably a chest in here. Or two.
The sea wolf remains acutely aware of anything that might constitute food.
And she'll eat just about anything. Well, there's another cave down here. Or is this where we came in? Okay, that's where we... No, that isn't where we came in. Never mind. There is another chest.
Random mutations aren't random. They require large amounts of mutagens as a catalyst.
Third chest. Man, they really hid these well.
Demonstrates the importance of getting enough minerals in her diet.
Alright, so this should be another exit.
Once you accept that our modern industrial civilization is just one among many that have risen and fallen, then you can finally surrender peacefully to our inevitable collapse.
It's funny to get that line right as we come out next to this UFO.
Even the self-driving technology of Gazorpazorp is not without its reliability concerns.
Now, I'm trying to debate whether that's just a Rick and Morty reference, or they just like the word Gazorpazorp as well.
There would have been more protests surrounding Prosperity Sands were not the public already so numbed about ecological concerns in general.
I wonder if we have anything unique to this area. Okay, we want to go this way.
The ocean is a source of life, inspiration, and eternal renewal. But mostly it exists to be exploited and commodified by humans.
Just like everything else on the planet.
A bull shark is an animal of broad dietary proclivities.
Alright. I think we actually got most of the stuff that's out here. Unless there's very little to collect on the inner area.
Sharks are more inclined to attack boats in areas not typically frequented by swimmers.
What happened to that man? He appears to be burning. He's just covered in soot. Also, I squished one of them so hard that blood splattered everywhere. All I wanted was a free ride, guys.
Everybody! Save yourselves! This is real bad.
This lady over here trying to turn herself into human bacon.
Modern
Go
fishing
home, you're
boats are
burnt.
available with a variety of luxury features and premium finishes that will quickly be coated in a surfeit of blood and entrails.
At only the barest touch, blood will go everywhere. Gulp that Mako down in midair. Alright, we're almost there. There's the buoy.
It's here in the grotto that the shark can discover the absolute serenity deep within her soul.
This grotto is more of just a sewer, more than a giant glowing cave. Alright, so we got the bioelectric fins, which don't look like much right now because they're, you know, not leveled up. Though it looks like we can level them up since they use fat. So let's do that and see what happens. See how they grow into big mutant fins. Those actually look pretty cool when they're fully upgraded. I will say that. I like that they have, you know, unique upgrades that actually change the appearance as it levels up. So shadow form is like the opposite of bone form in that we're very sneaky. While shadow form is active, the world around you is slowed by half. So that's our active ability, and another poison cloud. Well, I don't think we can upgrade this yet, because that uses protein, and I don't have that much protein right now. So we'll stick with the bone because it's upgraded a fair bit. Actually, I can upgrade it again. Maximum bone armor. I mean, these fins are kind of ridiculous, but also I like them. They look like some of the sort of alien sharks that I found some cool art for. And we got a landmark over here as well. I didn't actually look to see what these fins do. I mean, I assume they electrocute stuff. You turn into lightning, inflicting 20 damage and putting 3 stun stacks on anything within 5 meters. Target is stunned when it accumulates 10 stun counters. Stun counter is removed every 3 seconds. So no poison, but we do zap stuff. Wow, they weren't kidding about you turn into lightning.
In a not-so-distant future, a young visionary entrepreneur will spot these 3 shells while snorkeling and revolutionize after-toilet care.
We've, like, been electrified like that gremlin in Gremlins 2 that just becomes pure lightning. Alright, so now I guess we do the usual stuff. Though it seems like we've only got 3 missions right now. I think they just unlock as you do them.
While they appreciate human sacrifices, the eldritch gods of yore are seldom enthused about being summoned to Port Clovis.
They really like this Cthulhu with a hood. Don't mind this electrical atrocity going by. It's just a shark. No need to panic. We got a grate down there, landmark there, but first we got a fishing trawler. See, I'm trying to target this guy right in front of me, and instead it's targeting the boat. Well, at this point, I can just destroy the boat. Also, I didn't realize it was level 36.
This trawler, operated by Roger
And
Cantrell,
Get out.
recently broke the state record for number of revocable commercial fishing offenses.
It's over this way. Okay, this leads back to Golden Shores. So here we should actually be able to hit the switch. Except we need something big enough that it's not going to instantly get eaten. Like, say, human body. No, don't eat the body. I need that. There we go. Nice little shortcut. Also, sometimes I do hit a loading screen going between areas.
Overdevelopment of the shoreline leads to a wide variety of negative environmental impacts. You should see the Italian design walk-in closets inside these condos.
Okay, we're not actually going to go back here yet. I mean, I will go back and get those collectibles, but not right now. Probably a little hard for our shark to hide from the hunters when we look like this.
Believe that King Poseidon ruled the waters, whereas here at Prosperity Sands, they're ruled by Luxury Leisure Groups International.
I don't know if it's this area or the electricity or what, but the frame rate is definitely dipping right now. Alright, we have this grate back here. That seems like a good way to avoid the cops.
Pulling off a successful casino heist.
It's like the shark equivalent of a pay and spray.
Off the road into the ocean and drown.
Let's wrap it up, Coasties.
It seems Port Clovis has forgotten all about its rogue shark. For now.
And where does this lead? This might... No, it looks like it leads just back out to where we came from. But there's another chest here.
The solitary hunter stumbles upon another source of nourishment.
There's also one down here. We already almost have all the caches.
Is certainly picking up the evolutionary arms race.
I wonder if we're ever going to actually hear anything about Mutagen 23 or if that's just a one-off comment. Because that's, I guess, just the mutagen we're getting from the albinos. But I wonder if that's going to be like, hey, yeah, we've been dumping this mutagen into the water for a while, so that's why a giant mega shark took your leg. Whoops. Okay, we got a hunt mission here for, looks like a mako shark.
Blah, blah, blah. Late-stage capitalism.
So much shopping that they were dragged under by their stupidity. I like how the mako just doesn't want anything to do with us. That's right, I spiked it onto land and then ate it in front of these people. That's what kind of shark I've become. Won't somebody please stop me? Alright, the sensitivity thing is still a little weird for jumping. Apparently I can destroy boats by just nudging them now. I wasn't even trying to destroy that boat. Alright, what does our log want us to do? So we have to do a revenge mission, we have to do the 3 population control. It's weird how check on Scaly Pete is just permanently in our objectives, even when it's not something we can currently do. Landmines. Or depth mines.
Considered removing these naval mines after the war, but the city had already spent its annual budget booking a Nickelback cover band for the 4th of July.
Alright, these are not Jaws Unleashed depth charges. I like how I said landmines, like, that is directly the opposite of what those are.
Every summer, Port Clovis plays host to the Megasonic Electro Carnival, giving a real boost to the local MDMA industry.
What is this goofy fucking thing? Just a bunch of arms wrapped in tape. Home of the world-famous scattered, battered, thrashed, and... oh, it changed. Oh, it's underneath. I was like, I don't see one here. That's because it's through here. So I feel like it's not going to take long to 100% this area.
From the moment she's born, the shark's cold, expressionless eyes are constantly watch for food.
I didn't even realize one of our targets was in here. I mean, we're already at 11 out of 12 caches.
A strange conglomeration of stuff will end up in the stomachs of sharks.
Which I'm glad. I don't really want the middle filler areas to last very long, if they don't have to. Alright. We are still going the right way, so it's not like I'm wasting time detouring. Never checked to see if we could eat the seabirds. Well, albino swordfish. Ooh, it's a hunted great white.
As we face impending resource scarcity and declining living standards, it's nice to know that in the meantime there's still a place to get a good bamboo fusion massage.
Yep, slap him out of the water. I think that only happens when our electricity stun procs. Kind of an even match for us, except he doesn't have magic lightning powers. Or more likely she, since it is pretty big. And female great whites get quite a bit bigger than males. Like, most males top out around 14 to 16 meters, whereas feet, not meters. That would be pretty big if it was in meters. Whereas females can get up to like 23 feet long. I mean, supposedly they go bigger, but like Deep Blue is only about 23 meters, and she's one of the largest confirmed great whites. Still swimming around. What's going on here? Who, like, glued these people's feet to their surfboards?
There is a very real risk of drowning while surfing, but at least you'll leave behind a cool-looking skeleton.
Because that's what happens when you drown, right? You just stick to your surfboard and stay rigid in your skeletal pose. Alright, let's go cause some more depopulation. Which is a little bit off to the right here. So I think this LP would probably only be like, if I had to guess, maybe 5 more episodes? Which is not too bad. I'm enjoying the game, but I think it would definitely overstay its welcome if it was like 30 hours long of just doing that over and over. So that seems like a good little length, around 20 hours. The seals only get 1 free dodge. And of course, there would be a great white here with the seals. Take that, Bruce. Which is not actually the name of the shark from Jaws, by the way. That's just the name of the literal robotic model. That's how the crew referred to it as. That doesn't mean the shark's name is Bruce. Someone tried to correct me on that because that Jaws LP is still forever getting new people watching it who feel the need to correct me on a video from like 5 years ago. Just as a tip, don't do that. Like, not just on my channel, but in general. If a YouTube video is like 5 or 6 years old, don't try to go, actually,
complex and
to something that's said in the video.
What harm could arise from killing a bunch of seals?
Seals do kind of exist to be eaten by higher tier predators.
A shark attack too often provokes Port Clovis locals into killing every swimming creature along the coast.
They're just simply too filling to ignore. These fins make us look especially floppy on land.
The shark proves as slippery as it is dead.
Imagine being this person seeing this electric shark teleporting towards you and just being like, nah, I'll just lay here. Let it pass me by. Yep, it's hiding. Where would it be? I can't find it. Shark hunters are so fucking dumb.
629 days, Prosperity Sands ain't had no shark attacks. You can thank old Pete for that. Prosperity Sands sure ain't.
Does that include... Oh, I guess only Prosperity Sands, he said. I was gonna say, does that include him losing his hand?
Is a fantasia, bustling with color and activity.
Where does that lead?
Hell, I don't know. Maybe she's scared of us.
I don't think we went through here.
Prosperity Sands reminds us that sometimes the construction of second and third homes supersedes considerations like loss of species diversity. "500 million years of terrestrial evolution reaches its apex with Prosperity Sands' spacious flow-through form."
Okay. So what do we have to do next? 2 more population controls. Well, let's look at the map. Those are back up the way we came now. Still not sure how those unlock, like what the order of mission unlocks is, or if there's just like a cap on the number of missions we can have.
I am frustrated.
He's looking right at me. It could be anywhere.
We don't move as quick underwater, but we'll stay under here to avoid the cops.
Probably right under me. It's touching me. I know it.
With little fanfare, another bounty hunt comes to a close. No one has seen great whites yet. Perhaps if we stick around long enough, we'll get lucky.
2 great whites coming after me. But only one of them is big. Yeah, I think they just go lovely and floppy once you electrocute them enough. Which is how they end up on land and then disappear. I can't tell if it's a great white making that T-Rex sound. Alright, so that wasn't even one of our population missions, that was just a hunt. Which I think are completely optional. I don't think we get anything but resources out of that. Alright, this one should be just dead ahead. in more ways than one. Seals. I feel like seals are kind of already beneath us. I hate how shallow this area is because I keep getting forced to surface. You know, I'm surprised that we haven't seen any other bull sharks. Like, is it kind of weird that we are the only member of our species here? I guess they didn't want us to engage in shark cannibalism, even though that's pretty common among sharks. If they get hungry enough and there's a smaller member of their species around. Alright, I guess... I guess we'll... get the apex to show up, but... then we'd have to swim all the way around. So maybe we'll just do this revenge mission here, and then next time we'll do the last of the hunt missions.
Shark hunters kill for the same reason we all do. To feel
superior to an animal, which is the same reason that sport hunters exist. Because they want to legally be able to kill something with their guns.
Nowhere else in town got that mango butter facial scrub I like.
Alright. So, after our latest slaughter, I think we'll call it here for an episode. Next time, we'll find out what apex is in this area. Probably a great white, if I had to guess.
This instantized protein makes a great between-meal supplement, giving the shark the energy she needs to put on serious mass.
I don't think our shark needs to put on any more mass at this point, if you know what I'm saying.
They've already forgotten about the shark and her many crimes, so thus ends the bounty.
Alright, so until next time, I've been Shadefyre, this is still Maneater, and I hope you'll come slaughter the wildlife and humans with me again next time. Until then, take care, folks.